News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Make it a preset, y'all. 800-288-WBAP is our number. That's 800-288-9227. Hunter Biden has pleaded guilty and to, I think, 8 or 9 different, 9 charges, 3 felonies, 6 misdemeanors. Failing to file tax returns or pay tax returns, blah, 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 blah. The biggest years are 3 or 4 years before that, and it is insane, the millions and millions of dollars of taxes that he did not pay during those years, and he never will because Biden's Justice Department rigged it, just like they did in the sweetheart deal that would have closed this chapter several months ago. I think it was early this year or late last year. But the judge, a non-woke leftist Democrat judge, said, this is incredible. You're asking me to handle stuff with parole, probation, and you're asking me to handle stuff with parole and probation, which is totally, no, that's not a judge's job. And number 3, this deal is so insane. I've never seen anything like this ever. And then she turned to the Justice Department and says, have you ever heard of a deal like this ever before, where somebody is charged on so many serious crimes and not only doesn't get convicted, but also has immunity for the rest of their life? They're never, in perpetuity means forever, immunity. And they said, no, this has never been done ever in the history of our government. Our Justice Department has never offered this to anybody ever. There's no such thing. Oh, well, gee, this is not going to go. You guys are going to have to actually do something here. And so I'm not accepting this. And then the Abby Lowell looked at the prosecution, which really was their best friend, rigging it for him because that's what Biden wanted them to do, Joe. And he said, well, then rip up the deal. Once he said that, it was over. And he was screwed. And now he's guilty. And in fact, he tried to do an Alford plea earlier today. An Alford plea says you have enough information to get a guilty plea or to get a guilty conviction, but I'm innocent. Yeah. Classic. Hunter, look at you go, girl. You go, girl. Woo! The judge says, actually, the prosecution said, no, we're not doing that. And the judge actually said, well, it's not up to you. It's up to me. And the answer is hell no. So then within an hour or two was guilty on all charges. We plead guilty for everything, Your Honor. And now he's going to be sentenced in December. It is, as a law professor from George Washington Law, Jonathan Turley said today, it is the sweetheart. It's right in the sweet spot to have the sentencing, because whether he gets sentenced to 1 day in jail, no days in jail, or 15 years, he faces up to 17 years, not 15 years, 17 years in prison. And a fine of up to $1 million. And of course, you and I would get the fine of $1 million for the egregiousness of the behavior and of the lawlessness. And you and I would get between, 8 and 15 or 17 years. But he won't. Even if he does, he won't serve a day in jail, because that's the sweetheart spot, says Turley. Because Dad can say, you know what? I said I wasn't going to commute a sentence. I said I wasn't going to part of them. The election's over. So nobody's going to have damage here except for me. And I'm not even in office anymore. I haven't been in office for months. I just sit there and let everybody kiss my rump and treat me like I'm the best person in the world, most important person in the world. And yet I'm not even really here mentally. I love the beach. Where's the beach? Give me some ice cream. Which is what Alzheimer's patients actually, if you Google it, it's the best tool in your toolbox if your parents have Alzheimer's. Ice cream. It soothes them and it gets them distracted and it makes them happy. When they sundown like Joe does, it's the best time to do it. Okay, so questions for you on this. How long do you think Hunter will go to jail? How long do you think he actually will go to jail? And Biden and his spokesperson, KJP, have both said he's not changing his mind. No, she said again on every option that I just mentioned. So how long do you think he will go to jail? And what kind of punishment do you want to see? I'd like to see, because of the egregiousness, somewhere, I don't know, like 7 to 17 years. I mean, 7's fine, and the feds will let him out in 6 or 5. If he serves 3 or 4 when he's done or more, that's fine with me. He'll be a club fed. He'll have a great time. And I'd like to see the fine of maximum because he deserves it, because he was outrageously egregious. He wrote off his daughter's college expense, which you can't do. He wrote off having sex with prostitutes. He wrote off having sex memberships for sex clubs. He wrote off sex trafficking expenses. And I mean, it was the most egregious, pathetic, greasy, sick, Jabba the Hutt bestie move. This is what these international sick pukes do, So anyway, how long do you think he'll go to jail? What kind of punishment do you want to see? And hey, do you think a President Kamala or President Trump would actually pardon him? You don't know. Joe might go out and say, I'm fine, I didn't do my things. And then Kamala comes in and goes, hold my beer. I don't drink beer. I'm an elitist, but hold my beer. And then handle it. And then, 3 years later, 4 years later, when she runs for election again, if she actually wins, which actually she's not going to win as of right now. I mean, there's no way she's winning today. It's unbelievable. We'll get to that later. But so that leaves Trump, in my opinion, and you don't know. He might do it. He might even promise it as a sign of goodwill. But do you think President Kamala or Trump would actually pardon Hunter? And if you're Trump and you win, what would you do? Think about that. If you are Trump and you win, what would you do? Chime in right now. Lines wide open. 800-288-WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227. How long do you think Hunter will go to jail? What kind of punishment do you want to see for him? And do you want a President Kamala or Trump? Do you think a Kamala or Trump as president would pardon him? And if you're Trump and you win, what would you do? 800-288-WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227. We have 3-4 minutes, so we got time to pop you on right away. I thought about this for a moment today, and if I was Trump, would I pardon him? The answer would be no. Actually, in my own head, it would be HE double hockey sticks, no. But when asked as president, and I do believe Trump's going to win now, when asked as president why I choose not to pardon him, or will you pardon him, I would say at the time, but you got to wait till you win the election and after the election and while you're president at the beginning there when they ask you. And I would say, you know what? I did not meddle or demand the Justice Department prosecute Hillary Clinton when she tried to rig the election and had the fake dossier and Russia collusion. I did not ask the Justice Department to take down the 51 former intelligence agencies that had clearance still and were on the payroll by the CIA at the time, many of them, when they were lied to the world and abused their security clearances and deceived the world and did a psyop on us and said that Hunter Biden's laptop was Russian disinformation. I did not press charges. I didn't demand an investigation, and I'm not going to do that now. I'm not going to get involved with Hunter Biden. I didn't get involved when it was obviously where I should, like Joe Biden did. I'm not going to do what he did. I won't be getting involved. That's not me. I'm not going to do what Obama did. I'm not going to sick the Justice Department on somebody. No, it happened to me. They did it all the time. I won't do it to somebody else. That's how you wash your hands of it and let them sit and rot in jail if that actually does go down. 800-288-WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227. We have 4 lines open. Okay, 3 lines open. 800-288-WBAP is, and I feel like I'm doing a telethon. I'm doing a telethon. We need your donations right now. We can't do this without your support. Okay, 3 lines open, 800-288-WBAP. I have a lot more. I will share some of the direct quotes from Jonathan Turley and what he said today. And do you think, and I'll tell you what, too, as a lawyer, there's a lot of consequences Hunter's going to have on this that are going to really hurt his ability to earn money down the road. That's coming up as well. Coming up on the Chris Crock Show at 8:16 on News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3. All right, y'all. Hunter Biden, guilty of everything. He pleaded it. He tried to do an Alford plea, which is saying, oh, they have enough evidence to convict me, but I'm innocent. Yeah, you were innocent this morning, and now you're not. You're like Kamala changing your positions. Kamala. You've changed all your positions in a few hours. Woohoo! You are a Democrat, Hunter. As a lawyer, he will not be allowed to practice law. As a convicted felon, he will lose his bar abilities in any state. I'm not aware of any convicted felon be able to get back on, be able to practice law at all. I could be wrong, but especially in something like this, I don't think there's any way he's going to be able to be a lawyer anymore. So that strips him of one of his Yale Law School. He's got the degree, but he doesn't have the ability to practice anywhere, as far as I'm aware. I'm not 100% of that, but I've heard of people losing their bar license on a lot more, worse than that, a lot easier, less than that. What do you think? Was Joe right? Hunter didn't do anything wrong. I'm proud of him. I had no idea about his business dealings. And I own some property in Alaska that I'd like to sell you. Okay, your call, 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. Jonathan Turley says Hunter was perfectly insane to not plead guilty. Timing's important. You can get a better deal if you plead early rather than late. Sort of like waiting for the water to reach the deck on the Titanic before you learn take swimming lessons. It's late for these options. He really has succeeded in putting himself in the worst possible position. In terms of a plea, it's the penalty for a lawyer standing in federal court and telling prosecutors just rip it up. So how long do you think Hunter's going to go to jail? What kind of punishment do you want to see? And do you think President Kamala or Trump would pardon him? And if you're Trump and you win, what would you do? 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. Chime in right now. Two lines open. Nick in Mesquite, you're on WBAP.
Hey, so as far as if I'm Trump, I'm definitely not pardoning him. I don't understand why that question's even being asked. Why?
It's possible. It came up today on the 5. Some of the conservative types suggested it. Dana Perino thought it would be a good move to get goodwill if he's running for the election, like a magnanimous thing to say. So there's people that are on the mainstream right that are saying this would be a good idea. I'm not saying it is. I wouldn't do it. I already told you that.
Yeah, I don't know that it would be a good idea. It goes against everything that, as far as I'm concerned, is on wanting Trump and draining the swamp and rules for thee, not for thee, and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, you break the law, you go to jail.
What do you think about the way I would say it? Like, if I were Trump, I'd say, if asked and when asked. I would say I wouldn't bring it up unless asked. And if I was asked in a position where I really should respond, kind of a thing, and not be evasive, like Tim Walz say when I'm asked about the hostages that Hamas, the terrorists, have, I wouldn't say, let me drink my shake and walk away. But I would just say, I didn't interfere. I didn't ask the Justice Department to get involved with Hillary. Made up a fake dossier and said Russia collusion and lied. I didn't go after Obama when he had had the DOJ lie and FBI lie and sign wiretaps to get on my office at Trump Tower. I'm not going to get involved on this. I don't do that. They do it. They play lawfare against me, but I will not, and I do not. That's not who I am. I'm better than that.
Yeah, I like that. that.
And then you can also behind the scenes say,
saying those kinds of things, unfortunately, I feel like people that know about it, and the people that don't, you can tell them all that stuff you just said, and they don't want to hear it.
Oh, but if you say, dude, all you got to do is say Hillary made up fake stuff about me in Russia. The whole Russia thing was a hoax. You don't play a victim. You just say it like that casually. And then the FBI lied about, and the 51 former intelligence agents lied and said that that the laptop of Hunter Biden was Russia collusion. Was obviously a guilty convict. I didn't get involved in any of that when I was in charge of the Justice Department as president, and I'm not going to get involved in this either. That's nice and simple, not complicated, not technical. I think that's a winner. You're laughing. That's good. I think that means good. That's happy warrior having fun. All right, my friend. How long do you want him to go to jail, and how long do you think he'll go to jail?
Oh man, I don't think he'll go to jail personally. I don't know that I've seen any politician ever go to jail from.
Well, he's not a politician. He's just a thief.
Yeah, true.
He's a thief.
Citizen, right?
Joe Biden pimped out his drug-addled son and said, "Go make me $20 million." He went and did it, and wanted his son to be pimped out and didn't care about his drug stuff as long as he brought in money. And they lived a life of privilege and wealth. And now his son's going to jail because he pimped his son out. It was him. He met with all the dinners. He met with people in Paris at cafes, the Chinese people that were feeding money to him. All of them. He met with the only oligarch that I'm aware of, the former mayor of the former wife of the now deceased mayor of Moscow. She met with him twice, I think, and she gave Joe and Hunter millions of dollars. Oh yeah,
that's right.
Joe dined with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't know anything about his son. He didn't know anything about this. His son business deal. My son's innocent. I'm proud of him. He did nothing wrong.
My son's a good man.
Yes, he's a great man. He's slapping around prostitutes, waving guns around, and pimping. He's transnational trafficking, and he's cheating on his taxes, lying about all that. He's a great guy. I'm proud of him, and I would do it too if the spotlight wasn't on me so much. Let's go to Philip in Temple. Philip, you're on WBAP. What do you got?
No one's above the law.
That's what the Democrats say.
Yeah, exactly. So there's another line he said. He said, I would consider it, but, I have to I agree with what they say. Nobody's above the law. No, but look what they've done to Trump. Do you think they would ever try to do the same, pardon him? No, they're trying to put him away. But
no, they're trying to put him away, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Aside from that, it's...
Is he going to jail? How long?
If Hunter goes to jail... Maybe there's the regular time for it. Maybe 15 years.
Yeah, you think he's going? You think he's going to jail? There's up to 17 years he faces.
Well, no. I still think that somehow or another they'll maneuver around it.
Okay, and I mean, what do you want? What kind of punishment do you want? And if you were Trump, would you pardon him?
No, I wouldn't pardon him.
Okay, how long do you want him to go to jail? How long do you personally want him to go to jail for?
10 years.
Okay. All right. There you go. And do you want him to drop the soap by accident?
Well, I think he'll do it freely.
Okay, get out of here. Richard in Scurry. I have a friend that lives there. You got 30 seconds. Go.
Yeah, I don't think Trump's even going to have a chance to pardon him. And the reason I say that is the trial is in December. Trump won't even be.
No, there's no trial. The sentencing is December 6th. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the sentencing is 6th. Well, if they sentence him on the 6th, Trump is not president by then.
No.
He's not until January.
And the election's over, so Joe can pardon him or commute him right then and there. Or if Kamala wins, at that point, he can make sure she'll do it, and then she'll just do it on her first week, and then everybody will be in outroar, but a year or two later, it won't be a matter. Listen, Richard, great call. Appreciate you. All right, next at 33 after the hour, they're here! They're here. I'm excited. Tren de Aragua, the notorious transnational delegate. They're here. Kamala did it because they're already in San Antonio. They're already in El Paso. And now ellos está aquí. They're here. Kill us. Rape us. It's coming. It's not coming. It's here. It's in North Dallas where there's a lot of money. Yes. I honestly am so excited about this. I want to take a moment, and I hope you're really, look, if you remember anything today, it's right now. What I say today, it's just this. Just remember this. I have amazing news. I'm so excited, and I feel like I'm at the Oprah show, and she just gave me a $1,000 gift that's under my chair. And I want to personally take this moment to just really do something I almost never do. I know we have a lot of Kamala supporters, and I trust you, I respect you, I love you so much, and I'm with you tonight. Because Kamala's stance on illegal immigration and being in charge of things have been fantastic, which is why she's qualified now. She officially is qualified to handle immigration, the number 2 issue after the economy, which she's done a great job with. I mean, everybody thinks she's done a great job with the economy. Her policies are incredible. regardless of what Mark Cuban, who's a big Kamala supporter, said today on Squawk Box on CNBC, regardless of what liberal Democrat who's a spokesperson, one of the spokesperson Democrat from California, from the Silicon Valley, obviously an incredibly liberal area, Ro Khanna, he said some negative things about our policies. The second thing she came out with after the other stuff, and I want to thank her tonight personally because she brought us Tren de Aragua to Dallas. And I've been asking about it. I've been saying, well, wait a minute, everybody else is getting it. New York got it first and was exciting about that. And I'm like, well, when are they coming here? And then Chicago got them. And then I saw, and I'm from Chicago, and I only get to go there 2 weeks out of the year, at best. So I only get to see them a little bit here and there on the skirt. And I stay at a really nice area, where my family happens to live now, and it's like, dang, I'd like to live here, truthfully. And so they don't come by there too much at all that I'm aware of, and that sucks because I have to go look for them, and it's hard to find them. It's like trying to find a rare bird in the wild. And so then they came on Miami, and then the FBI said that Tren de Aragua is, and then they were in Denver, and I'm like, well, everybody's getting them. And then I heard El Paso had them, and I was like, freaking A. Why won't they come here? We have a fake Republican mayor. Why don't they take him on? He's not a Republican. He's fake. He just wants to run for statewide office. He's never been a Republican. He never will be. He's a joke. I would never hump his leg like a lot of people did. That's okay. Sidebar. And I'm like, when are they coming? And then they came, and they have a headquarters in El Paso. They come up to the Mexican state of, I think, Chihuahua, and the state governor there says that they're moving up through there, and then they're coming in El Paso. And our government raided them in El Paso and said they're staging things out of El Paso for the country. Very exciting. And then I heard that one of them shot a cop in San Antonio. And I'm like, finally, they're getting closer, but why aren't they here? Houston's a crap hole. I was driving and looking at our downtown as it continues to boom this afternoon or this evening, whenever I came in. I don't know. What do I know? And then I look at the skyline. I'm like, it's nice. It's booming more. And I said, Houston. I thought, Houston's I can't say the word on the air, and I can't say it. I wouldn't want. It's an S-hole. That's what Houston is. It's a cesspool. It's a garbage hole. And everybody knows it. Why aren't they here? Come here. They've come. I'm so excited. And I just want to take a moment, and I almost want to do a moment of silence to just celebrate Kamala and what she's done for this country in 4 years. And 4 years isn't much, but it's begun. It's helped. And thank you for bringing personally Tren de Aragua, a gang that's much worse than MS-13. And thank you for bringing them here. And I just been waiting. And they're in North Dallas. There's so much money in North Dallas. I have good friends in North Dallas, and several of them in very, very exclusive type neighborhoods. And they're blessed. They have them right by them. That's where they are. They're in North Dallas. And I wish I was blessed, and I wish they were much closer to me. And I know you're saying, what about Denton County? What about Tarrant or Ellis, or Kaufman or Parker? Once you give them some time, they go to interesting places. They went to Republican Aurora, Colorado, and they're taking over apartment complexes and Target parking lots. Soon there will be women being sex trafficked and prostitutes being beheaded that compete with their prostitutes as they do in other countries. So I'm grateful that Kamala brought us MS-13's Child's Play compared to Tren de Aragua. I want to say thank you to her, and I won't vote for her still, but tonight I'm saying I'm wrapping my arms around her immigration policies, and I thank them. And I thought about on my way back to the little boys break a few moments ago. I know you wanted to hear that. You're always interested in my bathroom breaks and when I take showers and stuff and just weird, gross things. But I just will. I will be sharing the blessing to my son and daughter and my wife that they're here now, and they're not too far from where we're at. So keep your eyes open and look for them. They're beautiful people. And these are the people that Kamala fought for to get here. So Good stuff. Okay, that's what I wanted to share with you first. We have a whole bunch of stuff on immigration in a moment, but that's the first thing. Tren de Aragua is here. There's a video that has been. You'll see it on my Twitter feed. I didn't endorse it or say it's real. It's libs of TikTok. I follow them and I support them 110%. But they were wrong. They said this video, and it shows a bunch of Hispanic men speaking Spanish and kicking the crap and beating brutally some guy in a parking lot. That did happen at a parking lot at an apartment complex, but it was a year ago or so. Dallas gang unit was there. They thought it was gang related. It wasn't, and it was not Tren de Aragua. But the good news is they said they're in North Dallas. Though, yes, yes. So we got them. It's like the day when we had Saddam smoked out of his spider hole, and we dragged him out. Remember that? And what was the first quote for the government that was all over the front of the paper the next day? It said, "We got him." And I want to say that today. And I'm looking forward to that front page headline on the Dallas Morning News tomorrow morning. We got him. Woo! Hey, Tim Walz of China. The Great Walls of China is coming here soon, so that's cool. That's coming real soon. He can tell us about the Chinese propaganda and maybe pass out little red books like he did to his students, according to them. He bought them up everywhere he went in China, so that's just said today. But let's just go to the phone on that, and I got a lot more. I got a whole bunch of new blessings from Kamala and Joe. I got about 4 or 5. You can't keep track of it anymore, but people raping and killing us, including Fairfax County, Virginia. Boys 7 and 9 found chained to the ankles. A Salvadorian illegal who Joe and Kamala brought in came in under them and chained them up and did violent sexual things to them. That's not exciting to me. That's not at all okay. But I do want to Kamala needs to get the credit for all this stuff. She brought them in. She fought for them. Okay. Here's some questions I have for you. Do you believe Kamala is telling the truth on her new border policies and aggressive border enforcement? Aggressive, so aggressive. Do you think Trump would handle the border and this illegal invasion better than her? Wall Street Journal now reports they officially checked in 9 million illegals under Kamala and Joe's watch, and then an additional 2 million more that were allowed in. I'll give you the details in a second, that were allowed in on a different system, and then you got the 2 million gotaways. So that puts it up to about 13 million illegals in 4 years. And they said the 9 million alone is three times the Trump administration, 3 times what he brought in 4 years. They tripled it, and it's as much as the previous 10 years they did in 4. They freaking did it! And those jobs numbers are huge. She talks about 15 million jobs. Of which 40% of those are illegals. So, I mean, and they are, the Journal reported they suppressed the wages for us. Our college graduate kids are taking much, much longer, the New York Times said, and the pay is much lower. They're freaking kicking butt and taking names. I'm excited when my son graduates college in a year and a half. Woohoo! My daughter's shortly behind. Kamala for prez. Who's taking? Who's buying? I'm nibbling. Tonight I'm nibbling. All right, I've gone on way too long, and you can tell it's because I'm excited. And if you've been watching me on Facebook Live at the Chris Crock Show Facebook page, at Chris Crock Show, CHRISK. What's my number? I can't even spell my name. What? I'm so excited. I swear to you, there's something under my chair that Oprah gave me for $1 million. I don't know. If you watch me live on Facebook Live at Chris Crock Show, CHRISKROK, that's the same thing for Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Follow me there if you haven't. What's wrong with you? All this news I'm sharing is on there. But you can watch me live right now and see how legitimately excited I am. I can't even give out the freaking number. I'm late for giving out the number. You can't even call in because I haven't given out the number. 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. Do you believe Kamala is telling the truth on her new border policies and aggressive enforcement of illegals? Do you think Trump would handle the border and this illegal invasion better? And how do you think Kamala would handle it over the next 4 years if she were in charge of immigration and border enforcement? And which candidate do you think will actually deport the 15 million, 14 millions, or 13, whatever it is, who have invaded this country? Which candidate do you think would be able to deport those 10, 15 million illegals who invaded this country military in over the next 4 years, which one is more likely to be able to do that, deport them all? And do you want that? 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. I feel like almost I've been so over-the-top excited about this that I've chased you away. I see nobody calling in right now. The lines are wide open. Where are you? Did I chase them away? Producer Garrett, too? Was I too over-the-top Oprah-esque? At least I'm not going to publish my own magazine with my face on it every month and worship myself like she does. Did you ever see a false idol where it's actually you're worshiping? This is a new first for her. I'm proud of her. That's great. Good job. All right, that's next. And I have CNN in an unbelievable piece of audio from today. And they did a whole investigation on all of her pieces. And they're literally saying this is unreal. Literally, like their liberal hosts and reporters are calling her out on every over-the-top ridiculousness on her border stuff she's saying now, and what the truth is. They have it. They went into her books. They've pulled her tweets. They counted them. They're going to share with you. It's really bad for her. That is next. 800-288-WBAP. Chime in right now. Lines wide open. 800-288-WBAP. All right, let's hear CNN in a sec. Today, this is incredibly awesome. They're telling the truth on Kamala. Hey, by the way, Tren de Aragua is here. And I want to know, are you excited about them being here like I am? They're in North Dallas. Dallas police confirmed. By the way, our Channel 8 says that, and the Dallas Observer says that. But by the way, our number is 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. Chime in right now. Lines wide open. We got 6 minutes to put you on and see your thoughts on this. Of course, this is News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3. Make that a preset. Yeah, Tren de Aragua is here in North Dallas, and I want to thank Kamala and Joe for that. And CNN goes after Kamala today. Here we go. Here we go.
So we looked in that ad, and if you look at it, that exact area of wall is in Sasabe, Arizona, and that is a portion of wall that was actually built by Donald Trump. It was built in an area where there was not previous wall. It was actually pretty controversial when they were building it at the time. So just to see that, and then there are other.
She's using his wall that he built to say, "Look at what I did."
Basically. And the other images of the wall, we weren't able to pinpoint, but there's telltale signs that was a Trump wall because there's an anti-climbing plate on top that became popularized during the Trump years.
It's really incredible reporting and important. All right, Andrew Kaczynski and Kay Fowle, thank you very much.
Okay, so what she's saying is they're just going to town, and this is on my Twitter feed, of how Kamala is featuring the Trump wall, like the Trump border wall, and she's saying how tough she is, and you just heard him say how, and it gets worse. CNN's Kay Fowle right there says, in her 2019 book, The Truth We Hold, she called the wall useless, said it was nothing more than a symbol, a monument to standing in opposition to not just everything we value, I value, but the fundamental values upon which this country was built. The CNN Kay Fowle reviewed Harris' social media posts and found that she criticized the border wall more than 50 times during Trump's administration, calling it stupid, useless, a medieval vanity project, among other things. She will have to reckon with her years of opposing some of the very policies she now embraces, they say. Harris has, I'm literally verbatim quoting it. CNN, Harris has tackled the middle on other issues, attacked to the middle on other key issues, such as no longer banning fracking or supporting Medicare for all positions she once supported before being picked as Biden's vice presidential nominee. In an interview with Dana Bash Thursday, she said, "My values haven't changed. Even CNN says what I say. My values haven't changed, meaning I'm still for everything. I'm just pretending not to be to get elected. Shh, don't tell anybody." Walls has no answer. They were just asked by the Republican National Committee, you allowed non-citizens to get on the voter rolls. You literally have put non-citizens on the voter rolls, and it's not hypothetical because of his mandatory, when you apply for a driver's license, which you can get as illegal, you'll also be able to vote. We're not going to check your citizenship, so just get on there. You're on the rolls, baby! Vote for Walls! Vote for Kamala! Woo! Here's from the Wall Street Journal. Biden tripled the immigration numbers. and 9 million they processed, stamped and let in 4 years so far, and that doesn't include 170,000 illegals every month. What is that? That's separate. That means 2 million a year plus 9 million so far, plus 2 million gotaways according to the officials. That's 13 million illegals in 4 years. That's 3.3 million a year. Yes. Yes. I feel like I freaking want something again. Yes. Yes. This is a win for America. 3.3 million. We scored. Go. And now Tren de Aragua is in North Dallas, according to Dallas police, as reported by WFA TV Channel 8, NBC 5, and Dallas Observer. What do you say? Are you excited about having Tren de Aragua in North Dallas now? Woohoo! Do you believe Kamala's telling the truth on her new border policies or an aggressive enforcement against illegals? Do you think Trump would handle this border invasion better? And how do you think she'd handle it over the next 4 years if she were in charge of immigration enforcement? And which candidate do you think would deport the 14, 15 million illegals who invaded our country these past 4 years? And do you want that? Do you want them all to be deported? 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. Still lines wide open for you. Hey, Trump says he would ban mortgages for illegals. He said that today. That's awesome. Illegal alien arrested for stabbing a 14-year-old girl watching her as she watched her brother's baseball game, and this happened in Indianapolis. He was deported to Honduras in 2018 under Trump, then let back in by Kamala. A Haitian illegal who flew in last year by Kamala and Joe raped a 10-year-old boy. He's arrested. And in March, another Haitian that Joe and Kamala flew in directly into Massachusetts. I'm sorry, I'm so excited about this. Raped, I'm joking, by the way. There's nothing exciting about this. I'm mocking them. Another illegal raped a child after he raped a girl in an illegal migrant hotel in Rockland, Massachusetts. All this is from Kamala and Joe. Let's see here. We have we have so much. El Paso, they have MS-13 on steroids as Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua surges in the U.S. And again, we're blessed now. Hey, look at this. In New York City, 75% of the arrests in Midtown are Kamala and Joe's illegals. 75% of all arrests in Midtown Manhattan. I used to live there in 1995 for 4 months, but nonetheless, it's exciting to think I would have been able to be around Tren de Aragua that much. And they're also now busing illegals for 1,500 a day. We have a program that Kamala and Joe negotiate with Mexico. We're busing in 1,500 illegals. We're helping pay for them to be bussed from the border of Guatemala and Mexico straight up with a security escort from the military to come in here and get you some of the American dream and suppress our wages. All right, there you go. I'm excited. I hope you are too. Go Kamala. Hey, the debate rules have been released. And you don't want to miss this. There are a lot more than you have. Specifics from ABC, who's going to handle the debate. That's next at 3 minutes after the hour on News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3.